Hello, Dr. Krieger. This is Jonathan Irwin presenting you my week 4 projectile assignment. I wanted to give you a nice overlay of the level as I have done a lot of work to it since you saw the screenshots. Just wanted to show you here's, it goes off into the distance. It's a very nice sized world. It'll allow me to have a lot of room to grow it and make it into what I picture. Um, and as you can see, I have done a lot of work. I started working on the mountain area and a lake. I actually got 3 mountain peaks. Added some snow. I've added trees. I've added rocks. As you can see, I got some boulders here. Um, I do have to spread them out, of course. But I added some trees. I added some tree stumps. Added this little scree thing. I don't know what this is. Actually, I'm not sure. Looks like something you probably find in a volcanic area, so I want to kind of keep it around. Eventually, I'd like to make a volcano area. And of course, you can see some of the smoothing that I've done. Here's my rock texture for my mountains, the heavy rocks. And you can see that the smoothing where the water meets it looks pretty nice. Um, and then the mountaintop here, you can see where I smoothed it in. Um, and then my water looks pretty nice ripples. Um, and then, I just want to show you a close up of the trees. They've got some nice detail. They are, pine trees. I kind of figure they fit the area. I'd like to find some, you know, uh, like maples and oaks, things like that, to put into a different area of the map when I go to create that. Um, but here's my actor class. Uh, and you can see the collision box around my chair. Zoom around here a little bit. I should cut the camera down a little bit. So you see that. You can see I got it rotated at a 45-degree angle to help with the rotation. Here is my static mesh. I use the chair from the starter content. And of course, with the collision, I set the settings, to block all. And it works pretty good. Of course, here's my particles. Selecting the fire. So in the starter content, really awesome detail. It shows nice flames. You can see the little as the embers come off and the smoke. And then projectile movement, I set that to go 200 velocity and 1200 initial speed. And of course, the rotating movement, we set that at 45 degrees rotation rate. And as I tilt the chair back at about 45, so it comes out at 45 and it'll start to rotate throughout the air until it hits something and causes it to stop. And when it stops, it will automatically slow down and then come to a halt. And if you look at my projectile script here, you can see, on projectile stop, have it, into the set, but a rotating movement, which is the target, and then on collision to target, and so it simulates the physics. Make sure I check that. So, and then if I look at my third person character, you can see how I set it up. I set it up for the left mouse button, and then I had to tell it to get the actor location. I wanted to control the rotation, so that allowed I needed to set a few vectors and vector times. Whoops. I can't remember. I set it to 800, um, and then I made it all connected so I could transform it, and then it transformed into the actor, which is the flaming chair. I wanted to show you, this is the projectile that I tried to make myself. For whatever reason, it disappeared from the map. So what I did is I removed all the blueprint settings for the rotation, how to launch it and all that. So I can go back and I can start from scratch and rework it. I did name it Flaming Chair at first, but I wanted to call it the Flaming Bullet. I don't know if this maybe is what's causing, because the parent is Flaming Chair, but the collision is Flaming Bullet. Not sure, but I'll work on this and get that hopefully working by the end of the term. So I just want to run around here so I can show you is that I can run into the trees, but I can't run through them. Same with the rocks. The little rocks, I think I can run right over them. I don't think they stop me. So as you see, I run over the little ones, to make it look as realistic as possible. And as I'm coming around here, you can see some of the smoothing. I do have to fit some of my trees. As I went through, I had an issue with the smoothing and the flattening, and it caused the trees to come out of the ground. But when I'm right here, I'm going to simulate the physics of my Flaming Chairs. And as you can tell, they hit the hill, they'll roll down the hill. If they hit each other, they're going to knock each other around, to simulate a proper projectile and what we can expect it to do. So like if I hit on the one angle here, it bounces off the hill and changes its trajectory. It bounces off everything. So I want to show you real quick here before I end it. The water is not swimmable at the moment. I do want to make it swimmable, and I'm working on that. Hopefully by the final I'll be able to work that in. And it's still got looks like I got some more smoothing to do here. Some of the edges are a little bit jagged more than I'd like. But I can get up all the way up here so I can run, around the mountain if I wanted to. And then I got one area up here I still need to smooth in a little bit. I found that earlier today in my testing. So, but like I said, the player will be able to run all the way up around through here, at least till he gets up to here. Then he has to jump and get up over that area, which might not be too bad. At least it simulates you. You can't really climb a mountain very easily. So, but that is the week 4. Thank you for watching, and we will talk to you soon. Bye now.